The man had his eye on a rundown haunted house. He actually planned to settle down there, but after hearing his description, the realtor suggested he buy something more suitable. However, Walt only liked old houses like that.
Do you want to sell it to me, or don't you?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'd like to move it, all right. It's been on my books for 5 years. How much do you think that place is worth, Mr. Waterbury?
As a businessman, he had already estimated that the house was worth at most $9,000. The realtor agreed with that price, but the owner insisted on selling it for $50,000. That was 5 times its actual value. Over the past few years, anyone who wanted to buy it gave up as soon as they heard the price. Walt bluntly said it was insane. There was no way it could ever sell. The realtor explained that it made sense. Her son had died a few years ago. She might have been mentally affected by it. That was why she recommended other houses. But Walt had no intention of giving up. He really liked that old house, so he decided to go talk to her in person. He soon drove up to the house. A weary old woman opened the door. Walt was sweating heavily from the heat. He said he had come to buy the house. Sadie reminded him up front that there would be no bargaining. $50,000, not a cent less. Walt already knew that. The price could be discussed later. For now, he just wanted to talk. He had just retired a few months ago. He had made quite a bit of money during his career. He wanted to settle down in a quiet small town. He used to pass by here often. And today, he happened to take a liking to this house.
Why?
How do you explain a thing like that? It just seemed like the right kind of house for me.
I like it too. That's why I'm asking a fair price for it.
Fair price?
Walt did not think that was fair. The house was not worth more than $10,000. Hearing that, Sadie immediately tried to send him away. She would never sell to anyone who tried to negotiate. Seeing this, Walt quickly stopped her. He said he could accept the price. He could afford $50,000. For a peaceful retirement, that amount of money was not much. Besides, he had no children. His wife had died many years ago. He was alone in the world, so he decided to buy it right away. Sadie asked him to call the realtor. She went to the fridge to make some lemonade. They could talk while drinking. Walt happened to want something cold. After she gave him the number, he picked up the phone and called. When the realtor heard they had reached a deal, she could hardly believe it. Someone was actually willing to pay $50,000 for a rundown old house. At that moment, Sadie handed him a glass of lemonade. As Walt drank, he listened to her talk about the house's history and about her youngest son, the one she loved the most. Walt looked at the photo. He said the boy was indeed handsome. Sadie kept expressing how much she missed him. Mike did not choose a stable life. Instead, he went to the big city to make his way. For 9 years, he sent money home every month on time. Walt had heard about her son from the realtor. He told her he was sorry for her loss. In a small town, no secret stays hidden. Back then, her son had gotten into trouble, but he never told her. Until that night, when Mike suddenly returned home in the middle of the night. His eyes were full of exhaustion and anxiety. He had not slept since the morning before. He said he was tired of his job, so he quit and came back. He wanted to rest at home for a while. Of course, Sadie was happy to have him back. She then carried his luggage upstairs.
Give me that! What do you think you're doing?
Well, I was going to unpack it for you.
He realized he had overreacted. He quickly apologized. He explained that the bag did not contain clothes. He had been fired. Those were just the things he brought back. He told his mother not to worry. He just needed some sleep. After hearing that, Sadie said nothing more. She could tell her son had something on his mind. But after that, she never saw that black bag again. After hearing this story, Walt understood why she set such a high price. This place held too many memories. But just as the realtor had said, her son died 5 years ago, and the tragedy began then. Mike stayed home the entire summer. His mental state seemed to improve, but Sadie knew he was only pretending to be calm. There had to be something he was hiding. He just refused to talk about it. She did not press him. She thought everything was getting better. But that night she heard the door open. Someone called Mike's name. She was about to go out and check. Then she heard them arguing.
I told you once and I'll tell you again. It wasn't me. I didn't get it. I don't know who did. You can take it and leave it. Where is it, punk? I haven't got it.
At that moment she heard a gunshot. She quickly turned on the lights. She only saw the lower half of the man. Then he ran out in a panic. Sadie carefully walked downstairs. She found Mike lying on the floor, lifeless. She had lost her beloved son forever. After the funeral, the sheriff and a detective came to her house. Even though Mike was dead, the sheriff still had to inform her that he had gotten into serious trouble. He and 3 others had robbed a bank. They stole more than $200,000. Based on the situation, Mike had likely taken the money and run, then came back here and hid it. Later, one of the others found him. He came to demand his share.
Now, from what you told me the night he was shot, Mike wouldn't hand it over.
I never told you anything of the kind, Joe Taylor. I said Mike told the man he didn't have it.
So you did.
That was why the detective was there. He needed to recover the money for the bank, so he asked her truthfully if she had seen the money. Sadie shook her head and denied it. She did not know where the money was. She only wanted to find the killer. She had no interest in the money. The sheriff promised to do everything he could. He hoped she could provide any clues, but Sadie had not seen the man's face. The detective mentioned that after the robbery, the money had been stored in a black bag. Had she seen it? Sadie still said no. She had never seen any black bag. Seeing that they could not get any leads, they stopped questioning her. After the funeral, Sadie decided to sell the house for $50,000. The reason for the high price was that she wanted to return the money to the bank. Even if it was only a quarter of the total, Walt said the bank would accept it. Recovering anything was better than nothing, but Walt noticed a flaw. She had clearly seen the black bag, yet she told the police she had not. Sadie admitted she had lied. Mike had hidden the bag somewhere in the house, but she had never searched for it, and did not know where it was. Although the defendant,
I left it for the man who killed my son to come back and get it.
How could you tell? You said you never saw him.
I didn't. That's why I put this old house up for sale for $50,000. Only someone who knew there was $200,000 hidden here would pay 5 times what this old place is worth.
in the one who bought the house, would be the killer who murdered Mike. Walt revealed a strange smile. It was indeed a clever plan, but Sadie was simply patient. The killer would definitely return for the money. And now he finally had. Walt showed no sign of panic. Since she knew he was the killer, she should have called the police before telling the story. Now she no longer had the chance. But Sadie had anticipated this.
I didn't tell you the story until after you drank your lemonade.
Walt's face suddenly changed. He finally realized the lemonade was poisoned. The dose was enough to kill him 3 times over. With his last bit of strength, he stood up. He tried to call for an ambulance, but his arms would not move. He could not breathe through his nose. His heart slowly stopped beating. He collapsed to the ground and stopped breathing. Sadie calmly watched the entire process. Then she slowly stood up. She called the realtor. She said Walt thought the price was not suitable, so he decided not to buy the house. She had never given up on finding the truth. She had simply seen through the killer's greed. By waiting patiently and acting at the right moment, she finally completed her long-awaited revenge.